All right. Well, here we go. Hi,
All
Lydia.
right,
We're on for round two.
round two.
Technology problems happen to us all. So,
That's okay. That's okay. So we were talking about the good and the bad. So tell us what you've got for this week with forbearances
so where
and
we
just
were,
real estate in general.
so where we were talking about, we've got crazy low inventory. We've got higher than normal demand. We have, we're seeing all kinds of things happening, pushing prices up. We're looking at an appreciation in Phoenix. We could be pushing over 20% this year, and normal is
That's
3%.
crazy.
So it's just crazy. And so
Yep.
we've got all this stuff happening in real estate, all kinds of good news. We've got good news going on with, the stock market. There's a lot of confidence with, the effective vaccines, and a lot of, things are happening that are very good. At the
Yep.
same time, our unemployment increased a little bit, not good.
Right.
Actually, and our forbearance, our numbers that are in forbearance did increase a little bit too. Now, it's not a huge amount, but it is
Right.
enough that it's noticeable, right?
Right.
So we actually went up from 5.47% of loans in forbearance to 5.48% of loans. So it's really slight. We're roughly about 2.7 million loans are in forbearance or in some sort of forbearance program. And, when you start looking at where was that increase? What was that increase coming from? And
Right.
and some of the things that are interesting is the vast majority of loans that are in forbearance are on extension. They are over 6 months. So
Right.
they all really got into their programs early on in the pandemic. Now, where we are today and what that means is we've had, because we hit, a lot of 6-month windows, we had a lot of people coming out of the forbearance programs. Last
Right.
week, we had fewer leaving the forbearance program. We
Yep.
had the same amount coming in, right around 21% of those, of the total loans in forbearance are new, which means less than, or came within the last 30 days.
Right.
And then we have some reentries. It's right around just under 2%. It's not a huge number. So,
Right.
I like to quote some of my favorite people. And so Mike Frattoni is chief economist for the Mortgage Bankers Association. So his quote reads is, incoming housing market data remain quite strong, with existing home sales in October reaching their fastest pace since 2005, and inventory of homes on the market hitting record low. However, renewed weakness in the latest job market data indicate that many homeowners are continuing to experience severe hardships due to the pandemic and still need support that forbearance provides.
Yep. Yep.
So they're aware of it. We're all watching it. We're going to see what happens. I mean, anytime you want to have a trend, it's got to have at least 3 weeks. Otherwise that things are an anomaly. So we're going to just see what happens the next few weeks. Now, of course, the holidays is always a weird time of year anyway. And, so when you're looking at these things, and there's one other feature that is in the case for forbearance, or not for, for people who are in a forbearance program, is the affordability. Our affordability is really taking main stage right now with economists, housing experts, because, we will look at the New Home Builders Association, Wells Fargo, Home Opportunity Index that really measures affordability. In the greater Phoenix area, we saw from Q2 to Q3, a 3% decrease in affordability, which basically means that the Arizonans earning the average income, the median income of $72,300 a year, that remained flat from Q2 to Q3, but the affordability decreased. So there's fewer houses that the median family can afford.
Right.
So where that's a double-edged sword is that's a tough thing for buyers, and that's tough for people to be able to keep up with, but it's good for people who are in a forbearance program that need to sell because their prices have gone up, and that's going to give them more options.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And when it comes to forbearances, we really only have, because the CARES Act ends at this point, December 31st of 2020. So we have 5 weeks. And when the forbearances came out, they've been around for a long time, but they're really more short-term loan modifications. And those came out when COVID came out to try to help homeowners. Well, now we're 6-9 months down the road, and now they want to see either homeowners get into a permanent loan modification, or they want them to exit the forbearance. With the COVID resurge again, it may cause them to have some other forbearance programs, but we don't know that for a fact. At this point, we know it ends in 5 weeks.
Yes. And
Yes.
and it's unlikely that we'll get an announcement of something changing prior to then, just based on when government people are making decisions and timelines because of the holidays. So
Yep. And there may not be any announcement until after January 20th anyway. So, I mean, at this point, people really need to have an exit strategy of some kind, whether that is making it a permanent loan modification and or making their house payment on a regular, consistent basis. And if they do that, they can then, once they get back out of the forbearance and start making those consistent house payments, they can do a refi, which is so important right now with the interest rates staying so low. So, because those aren't always going to stay low either. So, one thing that I have noticed, so two things. I work for a servicing company that takes back the homes once someone has foreclosed on them, and then we list them back on the market. And because of COVID, they haven't been able to foreclose at this point, which is a good thing for homeowners to try to negotiate and get from having that situation. But I have had a consistent 2 months full of drive-by inspections, and they've always been kind of the same questions, same photos. The questions are starting to change a little bit though. So they're kind of asking me more, is the homeowner still living in the home? Does it look like it's been, maybe abandoned? So they're getting a little more detailed oriented on the actual house and the person that's living there. So, which kind of makes me wonder what's going on. So the questions are starting to change a little bit.
I wonder if they may offer different programs, because I mean, this is all speculation, but maybe they're going to offer different options for people who are living in the house if it's owner occupied versus if it's been abandoned. So that's an interesting.
Exactly.
See what,
Yes, and if it's been abandoned, they probably will go ahead and foreclose right away. So, which is unfortunate, because the people that are living there that are abandoning their home may not realize that we are up 20% in our increase in our home equity. So they may have been able to even just sell it before they even got to the point of a foreclosure and actually walked away even with a little bit of money left in their pocket. So, so it's really important for homeowners to really talk to someone that understands what the values of the homes are and what the forbearance information is to guide them in the right direction. Because we really want, you and I are in the business of home ownership, and we really want people to actually stay in their home and or purchase a home. So, I mean, that's the American dream, and nobody wants to see them have to go through foreclosures. The other conversation I had this last week was with the actual underwriter that got me involved with the REOs to begin with. And they did say that, that there will be some foreclosures after the first of the year. They are expecting it. It's not, they basically, what's happened is they haven't actually been able to foreclose. So obviously the numbers show that, because the foreclosures are down. But after the first of the year, and after the CARES Act has stopped that December 31st, the servicing companies can go in and start foreclosing on people. So we want to make sure.
I think they will right away.
I think they will too, because they know that there's a shortage of inventory in general, and they know that they can get top dollar right now. And that's kind of across the country right now. A lot of people.
Every major market. Yeah,
I do a lot of mentoring with other agents in other states, and they too are maybe not as bad as we are in the Phoenix area, but they are too seeing a shortage where they are. So it's definitely really important. We have 5 weeks between now and the end of the year. So I would encourage people to definitely make it a priority. I know Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the holidays that are coming this next 5 weeks, but make it a priority to call your servicer and try to work out some sort of situation, renegotiate whatever you have to do, and call us if you have any questions. We can at least guide you in the right direction.
Exactly. Exactly. Time is of the essence right now.
We are at the end of it. You need to
Yes.
make that decision like right away. So, but there's still time. We just need to get, we need to hurry up and figure out what you're going to do with your home at that point.
Yes.
So
great advice.
Well, thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. Thanks for,
I know it was a crazy day today, but at least we got the information out there. And if anybody does have any questions or concerns, you and I are both very much available, and we can at least get them to the right direction.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, Sarah.
You too.
And I know you'll spend time with your family. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you for allowing me to be part of your home every week with the forbearance information. And please, please, please try to contact us if you have any forbearance questions.
I like it. Thank you, Lydia.
Thanks, Sarah. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.